Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. We covered astaghfirullah, 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 alladhi la ilaha illa huwa, al-hayyul qayyum, wa atubu ilayh. We spoke about Allahumma anta salam, wa minka salam, tabarakta wa ta'alayta, ya dal jalali wal ikram. Now we're looking at the part of the dua. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Sometimes I say وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم, but you can also, of course, the original is وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. So this part of the dua, whenever you see a dua that starts with Rabbana, because since you were little, you probably memorized some duas that start with Rabbana, like Rabbana Atina, you know that one?
Yeah, ربنا آتنا في الدنيا
Hasana, let me hear it.
ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار.
Good. So when you hear du'as that start with Rabbana, is you turning to Allah and saying, Our Master. Our Master.
Yeah.
Now, our is one person or many people?
Many people.
Many people. Our. It's not my master, you said. Our Master. So as soon as you start a prayer that starts with Rabbana, it's like you're telling Allah, this prayer I'm doing is not just for me. It's for my family, it's for people I care about, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? So now you asked the most important things for yourself, which was forgiveness and peace. Right?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing for you. And now it's time to ask for everybody.
Yeah.
So now it's time to include everybody. Right? And so the way we include everybody, the du'as Allah teaches us, is Rabbana. So we already start with our Master. Now, taqabbal minna, our Master, accept from us. Accept from us. Yes. Usually you say, if I give you a gift, I say, accept this from me. Right?
Yeah.
Please accept this award. Right?
Yeah.
Or accept these keys, etc., etc. So if you just say accept from me, it sounds kind of confusing. Because if I said, Ahmed, accept from me, what question would you ask me?
Thank you.
No, if I just said accept from me.
Accept what from you?
There you go.
Yeah.
Accept what?
That.
Accept what?
The maf'ul bihi.
Allah, that's right, maf'ul bihi. Where's the maf'ul bihi? There's no, what do you mean accept what? So sometimes, purposely, Allah taught us prayers in which He told us something, but it's kind of purposely missing some information. Accept what? So, right now, what did we just do? We just prayed.
Yes.
And we just asked for forgiveness. So the first thing is, because that just happened, Ya Allah, accept from me, meaning accept this prayer from me. I know I probably made mistakes in the prayer.
Yeah.
I probably forgot to say something properly. My mind probably wandered. I probably had a bunch of errors, but still accept it from me. So this is taqabbal minna, accept from me. Or actually accept from us.
Yeah.
Accept from us. So you want the prayer to be accepted from everybody.
Yes.
Now when you pray for everybody, what does that automatically mean? You care for everybody.
Yes.
Now, you know, when Corona is over, from inshallah, many people, they're going to go back to the masjid and pray. Right? And they're going to pray all together. And then we make this dua at the end all together.
Yeah.
When you make this dua all together, even the people you don't know in the masjid, you care about them.
Yeah.
You care about them. Because you want Allah to accept their prayer too. When we enter Allah's house, then we are okay and at peace with, and we care about everybody who's in His house.
Yeah.
Masjid isn't just manners about Allah. Masjid is manners about our dealings with everybody else.
Yeah.
Right? So you can't be like, oh, I hate that guy. I can't believe I ran into him in the masjid.
Yeah.
You just said, Rabbana taqabbal minna. You just prayed for him too.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, Ya Rabbana taqabbal minna illa, Ya Allah, accept from us, accept that guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's not an acceptable prayer, is it? So these prayers that Allah have taught us, they automatically have in it something that softens your heart towards people that are among you. Like, you guys, kids are in the masjid, right? And they're playing around, and sometimes the joke goes too far, and you get into a little thing, right? And now you're praying, and the guy you hate his guts is 3 people over from you, and you're wishing he was next to you so you could elbow him and recover, but he's not.
Yeah.
And after salam is doing Assalamu alaikum, Assalamu alaikum. It's kind of like a mug, right?
Yeah.
But you just said Rabbana taqabbal minna.
Yeah.
You know what that means? That means Allah is teaching you, just by saying that you need to end it. You need to let that go. Okay? Innaka, and so first of all, accept our prayer from us, but also accept anything good that we do that is big or small.
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't realize it was that big of a deal, but maybe it's really big deal to Allah. Maybe we did something good, but it wasn't that good. Ya Allah, just give us extra credit and give us a 100% score on it, even though it was worth a 65.
Yeah.
Just give us, fill in the extra points. Because accept from us. Just take it from us, please. We're not perfect. So it's like telling us, Allah, Ya Allah, we're not perfect. We're doing. We promise to do our best, and I know our best isn't good enough, and sometimes we don't even do our best. But just please accept from us.
Yeah.
Right? Innaka antas. And by the way, before I even get to that part, Rabbana taqabbal minna also means that you never become proud of your good deeds. Yo, bro, I'm like so Islamic right now. I've been praying in the masjid. Like Fajar, bro, Fajar. Seriously, I'm like so going to Jannah. It's not even funny. The angels are like, what? This guy, VIP, man. The points he's raking up. No, don't become proud of your good deeds, because you don't know if they're good enough. Because you're not keeping the score. Allah is. You're not valuing them. Allah is. So even after doing something good, you have to humble yourself and turn to Allah. The last thing you should know about this dua is where it came from. You know, the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam was tested.
Yeah.
Do you know what any of his tests?
One that he had about to kill his son.
Yeah, he was given a dream that he should slaughter his son.
Yeah.
Right? Anything else?
He had to take his wife to the middle of the desert and leave her there.
And leave her there.
Yeah.
Anything else? Oh, that sounds easy, right?
Yeah.
And for some people, that like, is this heaven? Or?
I'm trying to think of another one. Sit on the spot, so.
On his cattle or something like that, didn't he leave it? Or
He left his family.
he left his family.
Something to do with the fire, maybe.
Oh yeah, he was about to get thrown into the fire. Yeah.
And what happened to the fire?
Oh yeah,
It
Jibril
became,
or something.
like went away. It didn't feel like fire.
It didn't feel like fire. Good. And being willing. Allah didn't tell him ahead of time. By the way, the fire is going to be like cool. He didn't tell him ahead of time.
Yeah.
So he jumped in willingly. He was cast in willingly into a giant fire. Right? These are not easy tests.
Yeah.
And after passing all of those easy tests, Allah said, now that you've passed, I'm making you a leader for all people. Then Allah told him to build the Kaaba as like a accomplishment for passing all his tests. And as he was building the Kaaba, Allah said, your son Ismail will help you, basically. So he and his son Ismail alayhi salam were building the Kaaba together, raising it from the foundations. And as they were raising it, they made dua, Rabbana taqabbal minna. Our Master, accept from us. The same exact dua. So we're actually copying the words of Ibrahim and Ismail alayhi salam. First of all, they made this dua as a family. So who did they have in mind? They had their family in mind, right? So when you make this dua, who should you have in mind?
Your family.
You should have your family in mind. Then second of all, when are they making it? After passing some incredible tests, right? And then they're doing something amazing. They're building the Kaaba. That means they're doing one of the greatest good deeds ever done in human history. Right? Because anybody who will ever pray is praying towards the Kaaba. Any Muslim who will ever pray is praying towards the Kaaba. And they're getting the reward for that deed. So it's, talk about getting points. Like, you think you got points for Fajr? Every Fajr ever made. Since then, they get reward for, right? But even then, they have to worry if it's good enough or not. Did I put the brick in properly or not? Was it perfect or not? Ya Allah, you're worth way more effort than I can give. So please accept from us. In other words, you never think your deeds are good enough. And you never think you've passed enough tests, now you're good with Allah. Not the attitude of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Okay, so that's Rabbana taqabbal minna. Innaka anta sami'ul alim. Certainly you hear everything. You know everything. You're the one that listens, you're the one that knows. Meaning, I'm making this dua, and I'm not telling you what you should accept and what mistakes I have. But even if I don't say it, you hear it anyway. That's why you're the all-hearing. You can hear things nobody else can hear. So when I say Allah forgive, you can say Allah forgive, you can say Allah forgive, I can say Allah forgive. but are different mistakes in our minds,
Yeah.
right? If I say Allah forgive, there's mistakes in my head, and I'm thinking about those mistakes. You're thinking about some, but I didn't say them.
Yeah.
I didn't say them. Yeah, forgive me for kicking Mustafa in the stomach, and he's like, forgive me for stomping on Maryam, and whatever. You didn't spell it out,
Yeah.
but so you just said, Ya Allah forgive. The same way you just said, Ya Allah accept,
Yeah.
and nobody else heard except what?
Allah.
Allah.
Like no, except like, Ya Allah accept this from me.
Yeah.
Consider this good enough from me. Consider what good enough? There's a list of things,
Yeah.
and there's stuff that I didn't even say, but Allah says He heard it,
Yeah.
even if you didn't say it. He's a Samir.
Yeah.
And there's stuff I didn't even realize. There's some good things I did. I didn't even realize I did them. I didn't even realize it. Like you could be praying, and from a distance somebody watched you praying,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Man, I should pray." Right? And they started praying. And guess who gets a reward for that?
You.
You do.
Yeah.
But you don't even know that you did that for them.
Yeah.
Right? But Allah knows that. So He's not just a Sami', He's also Al-Alim. So we're telling Allah, Ya Allah, accept the good deeds from us that we're not even spelling out, and even accept the good deeds from us that we have no idea of. You know, and we don't even know. You'll accept those. رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. So we'll stop here, inshallah, and get ready for some good exercise. We'll start our day.
Thank you.
Barakallahu wa lakum.
I'm